Hi friends, today is 1st of October 23. Such an interesting weather today, it's raining. So I thought let's have some discussion about human quest of knowledge and information. So it all started with philosophy, like around 10th century. Then gradually philosophy wanted proof and observations. So it went to astronomy. So around 14th 15th century, the astronomers had a field day. They were the one on the forefront of science. But gradually it went to mathematicians. And after mathematics, which worked on logic and solving it through way of equations, then we moved ahead to physics, right? And till lately it had been physics which has been ruling the roost. Now to put it in perspective, let's take the example of earth. Now way back it was considered that it was earth which was the center, and everything including the sun was rotating around the earth. So Greek philosopher Ptolemy, I believe, he gave this theory, and all the religions, they just grabbed it, and it was a hallmark for them that it was earth, and as it was earth, so the humans were the center of the universe. Means God has created everything around humans. So humans inhabited earth, and earth was the center of the universe. Now we had an astronomer, and he then later abided by this, and that was the Polish astronomer Copernicus. Yeah. So he just being an astronomer, he just validated this theory, and so this theory gained currency, and it went on till 17th century. Like German mathematician Kepler, Johannes Kepler, he was the one who lived in end of 16th and early 17th century, and as he was a mathematician, he just made his calculations, and the biggest query before that was, okay, if earth is the center of the universe, how it is that some planets backtrack, they move backwards instead of forward, right? So now this was solved by Kepler, and he noticed that the planets which were closer to sun, right, such as Mercury, it rotated around the sun in 80 earth days, and while a planet which was much far away, like Jupiter, and Jupiter actually takes 12 earth years to rotate around the sun, but if we look at the distance, it should have only taken 3.5 earth year to have a rotation around the sun. So he concluded that everything rotated around the sun, not in orbit but in eclipse movement, right? And the speed varied depending on the closeness to the sun. So in eclipse movement, when a planet was closer to the sun, its speed was higher, and when it was far off, the speed was lesser. And so when we made those observations, the planets seemed to backtrack, and that's why when people consider earth to be the center, the planets were moving backwards at some points, which was the mystery which was solved by Kepler. But religious ideas were so fundamentalist at that day that he feared that if he published his ideas, it would have repercussions, and it was very usual to guillotine a person which did not agree with the religious thoughts of that time. It was considered blasphemy. Yeah, and it was a time when the punishment could just include beheading you, or in Napoleon time, they even punished many journals who didn't abide they would twist two trees together, bring them together, pulling them together with horses, then tie legs with the two trees of whatever journal he didn't abide, and then leave the horses in the rope, and then with the pressure of the tree, very slowly the living person would be teared apart by the force of tree, and it could go on for a few days. So it was such a cruel time. So Kepler was better than this. So he just, when he got old and he thought that he probably will die in some time, he got his ideas published, and it created quite a stir. And then these ideas, which were proposed by Copernicus, was used as a baseline or benchmark by Newton to bring up with his theories of motion, and after that gravitation. And then as time went on, it was the theories of Newton when were all right, are still all right, till we are talking of to a speed which is lesser than speed of light, and to something which has a certain mass. So if something is more than speed of light or has a mass very less, very very less, almost negligible, like photons, then Einstein proposed new theories, which were theories of relativity and quantum theory, that supersedes Newton, because Newton's theory don't stand there, they are not validated there, but then these theories come in. So that is the way science evolved all the way through. I hope it was interesting. That's for today. Bye bye, take care.